Okay, well, I'm excited to have everybody here. Thank you. If you haven't met me before, my name is Cory. I am the communications director for SPAGN. I am based in Germany. I am an American, as my accent probably gives away, but I am based here in Germany. Recently moved here from somewhere else abroad. My husband's work is here, so I'm really excited to be here with you this evening, and excited to show you some of the tools that have really changed for me, how much I'm able to do when I'm creating things for us to post online. I am not somebody who was professionally trained as a graphic designer. I'm not somebody who was professionally trained. Like, I didn't go to school for graphic design. I didn't go to school for video editing. But these tools that I'm going to show you tonight are the things that I've learned to use as someone who started as a complete novice and have continued to develop my capabilities. And what I really want to emphasize as we go through these things tonight is these are tools that really anybody can use. There is all four of the platforms I'm going to show you tonight, which I will get to. Are things that are friendly for beginners to use and even free for you to start with. So you don't have to make any kind of financial commitment for something that you're not sure about or that you don't feel comfortable with. You can try it for free, you can play around with it, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. Okay, so is this how you feel when you think about making your content for social media? I know that a lot of people feel like this, especially when they think about making graphics or they think about, oh my gosh, I know I should be on TikTok, or I should be making videos for YouTube, or I should be making Instagram Reels, but I don't know anything about making videos. I don't know how to edit videos. If this is how you feel when it comes to making content, we are going to turn you into a superhero. And again, I want to say, the things we're going to talk about are tools that are absolutely friendly for every single person to use. By the way, can everybody see my screen? Okay, great. Great. So these are the four platforms that we are going to go over today, and there are a lot more out there, but these are the four that I chose to show, to focus on, because they offer so much versatility for you, and they're all very easy to get started with. So we're going to talk about Canva, we're going to talk about ChatGPT, we're going to talk about Capwing, and we're going to talk about CapCut, which both of these last two are video editing platforms, but they have really different features and also some similar features. So we'll go over those. I'm just going to give you a very, very quick overview of what each one does. I'm going to give you a short demonstration of how each one works. We are going to have a practical exercise. So I sent out a message yesterday saying to everyone, if you already have a Canva account, you want to make sure that you're logged into it, because we're going to do something together in Canva. And if you don't have a Canva account, it's totally fine. You can actually create one right now while we're on the webinar for free. So you can set that up and be ready, so that by the time we get to that part of the presentation, you're ready to go. And then we're going to just kind of summarize what we went over. All right, so let's talk about the problems that we're trying to solve. First problem is, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know anything about graphic design. I don't know anything about colors. I don't know about picking fonts or what looks good, or even how to begin. I might have some ideas, but I don't know where to start. That is where Canva comes in. Canva is an incredibly powerful, versatile graphic design tool. You can make videos in Canva. It's not the very best platform for making videos, but you can definitely make videos in Canva. But it is just, the most important thing is that it makes it super, super easy for you to create really beautiful, professional looking graphics, and gives you all the tools to get started. And you can start from being someone who, I literally don't know what colors go together, or you can actually be someone who's quite proficient in graphic design, and over time, the more that you use Canva, the more that you will start to feel that you're proficient in graphic design. I know that I've done some Canva training, with some folks on our team and other teams that I've worked with. And a lot of times people start off feeling really intimidated, thinking, oh, this is too difficult for me to figure out. But I always encourage people, just get in there and just try it. And the more you get in there and click on things and try different stuff, you'll start to feel comfortable with how the tool works, and you'll start to discover your own creativity. So it really is super, super easy. The primary way that we use Canva is in the desktop app, which is basically just a web page that you go to. You don't have to download or install a program. But there is also a mobile app version available. I would not recommend starting with the mobile app version if you're a brand new beginner with Canva, because it's a little bit more difficult to use. Like, I struggle with how to do certain things that I'm used to doing in Canva on the desktop, but the desktop version is super, super easy. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works. So I'm actually going to give you a demo here in just a second, but just to give you an idea, you can start with the best thing about Canva is that you can start with a template. You don't even have any idea where to begin. And this is a video recording of me taking a template and customizing it just very, very quickly, just to show you, just to demonstrate like how quickly and easy it can be done. So you can start with a template, and then you just sort of start changing fonts, changing colors, changing words, swapping out pictures. You can change different elements, and you can turn it into the thing that you want, and really do it very, very quickly. So we're going to show you a little bit about how that works. One of the things that's really cool about Canva too is that it also allows you to upload and save all of your brand settings. So you can upload all of your logos for your organization. You can save your colors, so that when you're trying to figure out like which colors to use, you can go straight to your own color palette and not have to guess what it should be. Okay. And you can make all kinds of things. This is not just for social media graphics. You can make, if any of you came to, or any of you who came to the conference this year in Rome, the programs that we gave out for the conference, I designed those in Canva. So if you liked the way that looked, that was Canva. I did that. It was pretty cool. Also, our standing posters and the posters we put up on the wall, all of those things we're doing in Canva now. And there are definitely some limitations. If I was a professional graphic designer, I might be using platforms that are a little bit more sophisticated for things like that. But Canva makes it easy for me to do that, even though I'm not a professional. And the cool thing about Canva is that there is a free version that you can start with, that has really limited features, but you can get started with it at no cost whatsoever. However, if your organization is a certified nonprofit, like if you have met all the requirements legally in your country to be registered as a nonprofit, then you get the pro version for free. Which is a really cool thing that they do. Having said that, even if you don't have that set up yet, it's not really a crazy amount of money to pay for it monthly to get a pro account, and the pro account is definitely worth it. For $15 a month, I mean, there's a lot of limitations to what you can do on the free version, but if you can get the pro version, whether you're paying for it or whether you're getting it through your nonprofit eligibility, it's definitely worth it. There are some people that use Teams accounts. I have used those in other organizations. I think if you have a really large organization, then that probably might make sense. But for most organizations, like what we do at SPAGN, is we have one login that we share, and we do everything in that one login, and it's totally fine for us. All right, so let's try it. So I am going to, let me see here. I'm going to see if I can move my window that I want to share on top of this one that I'm sharing currently, and you can tell me if you see it. Okay, do you see my Canva?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. All right. So if you are logged into Canva, then you can see really just basically this is how it looks at the beginning. Let's say that I want to create a design. It can be any kind of design at all. I'm going to start with an Instagram because I need to put something up on Instagram. So what's a thing that I maybe want to promote from Instagram. Let's say that I want to do, I want to make a promotion for this webinar registration. Okay, so then it gives me all these different ideas, and you can pick one that you like. So we can say, I want to give people a reminder. I've already told them about the webinar one time. So I'm going to tell them that we have a new webinar, or we have a webinar. And let's say that I was trying to send this reminder out a couple of days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and it's going to let me, oh, this is actually not a number. This one's actually okay, here, I'm going to pick this one instead. Okay, so this lets me, and then I can change this. It has like a little shade over it. You can see it has like some little elements. You'll just kind of try things out and see where there are some different things you can work with. So let's say that, let me find a good picture here. So I've already uploaded a bunch of photos. Let's say that Lauren is going to give a webinar for us. So now I've already uploaded her photo. This is Lauren from Campaigning for Cancer in South Africa. I can make her photo like that. Well, I don't want to have the numbers on top of her face, so I can just move them over here like this. And so you can start to see just different ways that you can so easily customize it. Maybe I wanted to remove the background so that I have a picture. Give it just a second. Okay, so now I have just her picture. Oops, I'm going to actually detach it from the background 1 second. See, now it's being picky with me. There we go, detach from background. All right, so now I'm going to put her picture down here like this. So you can see, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just want to show you how easy it is to just make a really beautiful, simple graphic just by starting with a template. And I know this might look a little bit, maybe I'm going a little bit fast right now, but really, again, this is one of those things that the more that you get in there, the easier it is to just get used to the controls. Okay. And then when you're ready, when you're done customizing everything, let's say, actually, I want to add our logo. So I've gone to our brand here where I've already uploaded all the different versions of our logo. And there we go. So just really, really simple things. I'm not even done with this. I'm just going to stop here for the purpose of the exercise. And when I'm ready to share this, then I can download it. You click File, Download, and I don't know why it's coming up with MP4 video. It must be some kind of a animated element. I'm going to change it just to a PNG because I just want to download a still image. And then I would click Download, and then I would have the file. So it is super, super easy. And that is just one example. There are so many different kinds of designs that you can make. You can make things for all the different social media platforms. It will give you things in the right dimensions already. For, let's say you wanted to make a Twitter post. Let's say you wanted to make something for a video, like a reel, or an Instagram story. They have all the right dimensions there for you already. You can make things like business cards, invitations, postcards, flyers, all kinds of things, just lots and lots of stuff to try out there. So I would definitely encourage you to get in there and check it out. So, all right, that is Canva. And we're going to go back into Canva later for a more in-depth practical exercise that we're actually going to do together. So here's another problem that you have. You have to write a lot of content and you don't have that kind of time. Like, who's got time, right? We've all got a million things we have to do. A lot of us are juggling multiple responsibilities. You've got things at home. It's the holidays and you need to write 3 weeks worth of social media posts. And I don't even have time to imagine what kind of ideas I want to write about. Well, here is a tool that can actually help you out a lot. Now, we're going to talk about some of the limitations about ChatGPT, but there are so many cool things that you can do with it. So how many of you have heard of ChatGPT? Let me know in the chat, just sound off, and I'm just curious. You can, I'm putting up the chat so that I can see it. How many of you have tried it? Cool. Okay. You guys can come off mute too if you want. Anyway, so um that's it's a really cool tool. Sorry, I'm just looking at a note that I got here. 1 second. But it is essentially what ChatGPT is. It's a chat bot that does a lot of complex tasks for you. It can help you analyze information. It can help you generate ideas. It can help you write drafts. It can help you proofread drafts. It can help you with research. But it isn't perfect. There's a lot of limitations with it as well. So you do want to be careful and cognizant of how you're what kind of information you're getting from it, especially anything that might be medical in nature, anything that might be you want to check the facts, because sometimes ChatGPT will get really creative and start adding things on its own. But it is still a really, really powerful tool that can help you accomplish a lot. And I'm actually going to demonstrate a little bit about how that works. All right, so how it begins is you literally just, whatever it is you're trying to do, you can ask a question. You can say, you can ask it to produce like a list of ideas for you. You can upload a document and ask it to pull information from that document. In fact, I will show you an example of that. That is pretty cool. And then if you're not totally happy with the answers that it gives you the first time, you can ask it to add more information. You can ask it to expand or refine or change some pieces of it. And then you can also just copy it to a document once you're done letting it produce what it produces, and then you just edit it yourself. And it is a whole lot easier to edit content that has already been generated than it is to generate it completely from scratch. Now, I am a person, I do a lot of writing. So I was really resistant to the idea of using ChatGPT as a writing aid for a long time. What I found that it was most helpful to me, and I still end up editing what it writes quite a lot because I want it to sound nice. But I do often use it as an idea generator. Sometimes when I'm kind of stuck for ideas, or I use it for research, I'll ask it to help me analyze articles or information for me so that I can get the key points that I need as quickly as possible. So that's basically how it works. And we're going to show a little demonstration here. Now, cool thing about ChatGPT is it is free. There is a paid version. I am currently using the paid version, but I used the free version for the first 18 months and I never missed it. The only reason I started using the paid version is because I just wanted to try having access to some more current information. And there are some limitations there with the free version. Carolyn, I see you have your hand up. Is that for asking a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, just really quickly, if you thought that the paid version was worth the money.
I think the reason why I held off on using the paid version for a really long time is because I didn't know how much I would use it. And originally I didn't use it very often. So I would say start with the free version and use it and see how comfortable you feel with it and how much you work with it. If it becomes a tool that you're using all the time, then I would say that it's probably worth it. But you could probably do almost everything you need to do with the free version. And I think you could definitely start with that.
Okay, yeah, I do use it a lot. I was just wondering, what you thought some of the additional perks might be.
I think, it's so the keys that they sell for what makes the paid version better are that sometimes the information is slower to process. I think that's more for people that are using it for help with coding, for example, like writing long strings of computer code. I don't use it for things like that. For me, there's very little that I'm doing that's on a super tight time crunch or that would take a really long time to process, which is why I didn't go with the paid version for a really long time. The main reason why I upgraded to the paid version is because you get even with the free version, you can get access to more current information online, but it doesn't default to that. Like I'm not sure how to describe it, but there's kind of like this buffer zone of the free version is all the information that was loaded up to a certain date, and then they'll tack on to that date periodically. Whereas the paid version is more current information. But with both versions, there is still the possibility to actually ask it to go to a website and pull current information in. So it's just not necessarily there by default. So I would say if you feel like you're getting what you need from the free version right now, then stick with the free version.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. There is the only discount that they offer for nonprofits is a 20% discount on a Teams account. I have another project that I work on that uses a Teams account, and I'll be honest with you, I have not personally seen any benefit to having a Teams account. So I would say, unless you have like a really large organization where you think that there's a need for people to be able to share what they're prompting and working on together, I don't personally see that there's a lot of need for the Teams account in the space that we work in. But I just wanted to note that that is where they offer the discount for nonprofits. All right, so let's give it a try. 1 second, let me go back to, okay, let's go to Chat OpenAI. So what should I ask Chat GPT? Somebody give me a question. Anything. What's on your mind? How about this is actually one of the prompts that I use in my sample video that I recorded. Can you give me some ideas for topics to post about sarcoma
Comment
awareness?
in the chat. Write me a Christmas
Please.
letter.
Okay, how about that? Let's say write a Christmas letter. I can type it today. The nice thing about ChatGPT is it will ignore your typos, but I'm a perfectionist. For let's say for our organization, we're going to say for thanking our member groups for a great year. And let's just see what it says. So it's obviously getting really creative about what we did together, because I did not give it a lot of information to go off of. And this is where you want to get careful with what ChatGPT is creating for you. So I would never take everything that's written here and just copy it and send it in an email. What I would do is I would use this as a place to begin. So it's given us a nice letter to start with. I can come right down here to copy the content here. I could take it into a document and edit it some more, or I could say, I don't like it being this long. Can you make it shorter? So let's say, can you make it a little shorter? So now it's regenerating. You can see that it's editing here. And there's the shorter version. Now, what if I'm going to send this out? What if we're a global organization? What if I'm going to send this out to different groups and I want to be able to send a version to people in their own language? Okay. Can you translate this into Spanish, German, and Hindi? Now, are the translations going to be 100% perfect? No, there's no translation tool anywhere that is 100% perfect, but they are getting better all the time. And it has definitely been a tool that you can use in this way to give yourself a jump start. So here it is. It's given me the Spanish language version, the German version. Catherine can tell me if this one is okay. I'm sure there's probably some awkward words that we would change, as always the way when you're using a translation tool. And then, of course, oh, I don't know what it's doing here with Hindi. Okay, see, this is where we start running into some of the limitations with, this is actually the first time I've seen ChatGPT show up with this kind of a window. Normally, it's displaying it a little bit differently for me. So Hindi might be a little bit of a challenge. I don't know why it's displaying the characters like this. But yeah. I don't feel like I'm using the paid version right now. Right now, I feel like I'm using the free version, but I am actually on the paid one. Anyway, so you get the idea. You can see that there are definitely some limitations to it, but there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with it. Yeah. So I could keep playing with this if I wanted to, but I'm not. I think we all get the idea on how it works. What do you think? Yeah. All right, so that is ChatGPT. All right, now I wanted to spend a little bit more time on the, oh, I'm sorry, I see Jeet has a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if you ever have tried Perplexity instead of
not, no.
ChatGPT, because I've heard of it and I heard that it provides better sources, especially for scientific or medical content. So
Interesting.
I haven't tried it a lot, but yeah, I'm just checking out which program works better for me. So maybe Perplexity is interesting for somebody else as well.
Let's take a look at that. 1 second. Let me pull it up here. Perplexity, how does it spelled? Just like normal?
Just like normal. Perplexity, yes.
AI. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. All right, let's say
several questions.
Yeah,
afterwards.
let's say what are the most common symptoms of bone sarcoma? Let's try that. So it's giving questions here or answers here. And this is nice. It has related generations. That's cool. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and ask it something similar. What? So you can see it's giving me information. Usually it will also give you some sources, but sometimes you have to ask it for sources. And in this case, it's not giving me sources. I can ask it though. Can you include your sources? There you go. So now it's giving me direct links to the sources. Sometimes it does that automatically. Sometimes you have to request it. But this is really cool that that's definitely a good one to check out. So let's put a link to that in the chat, and everyone should give that one a try as well. That should be, especially when you're talking about anything that's going to be medical or healthcare related. And then I see Stephanie says that sometimes you also use Claude AI. Stephanie, what's your experience with Claude AI like?
Well, it's getting very successful at this time, so the free version is not that good anymore. So I need to work more on, I only work with the free versions. So now I use more ChatGPT because sometimes the cloud version is overloaded. So I'm hesitating of taking the paid version.
I got you. Yeah. Yeah. I know that on ChatGPT, I haven't used this much myself, but I know that my husband uses it extensively. He uses the voice integration so that he'll ask, he doesn't even type his questions anymore. He just pulls up his app on the phone and asks his question verbally, and ChatGPT will answer him verbally as well. So if you prefer having a conversation with your chatbot, that's also an option with ChatGPT. All right, cool. Thank you so much for bringing up Perplexity. That's a good one to check out, Brigitte. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about video editing, and I wanted to make sure we had some time for this because there's a couple of really cool things I want to show you all. Video editing is probably the one that I struggled with the most when I first started making content. I was always in awe of people that could edit and make really cool videos. I'm still not a video editor professionally, but there are so many things that you can do with the tools that are available now. Even in Canva, there's a lot of great video editing tools, but I want to show you two of what I think are some of the best ones that are out there. So if you've got, for example, a long video that you need to turn into short clips so that you can post things on TikTok or Reels, or if you have a video that you want to add captions to, or that you want to translate, this next tool that I'm going to show you is the one that you really need to have. This is called Kapwing. I've been calling it Kapwing, but apparently the way that they pronounce the name is Kapwing. Like if you ever seen the cartoon Calvin and Hobbes, it's kind of based on that. So it's a little comic book reference there. So Kapwing is, I'm going to keep saying Kapwing because it's easier for me to say. It is a video editor tool that is truly made for beginners. And when you first get in there, you're going to think, okay, there's too many things to click on. I don't know what all this is for. I'll tell you how I started with Kapwing is I was just looking for a tool that would let me add captions to videos. That's all I wanted. And I wanted accurate captions too. And I know that there are things you can do, like YouTube will automatically add captions. If you've ever used the caption tool, there's a subtitle tool in YouTube, you know that it is really terrible. It is full of mistakes. And I actually have a similar experience with CapCut, which is the next one we're going to talk about in terms of accuracy of the captions. I find that there's so much that I have to edit. And it's challenging because when you're talking about generating captions automatically, people speak at different speeds, people speak in different accents. You're asking the computer to read all of these different complex things and get the right word. Also, sometimes people misspeak and they say the wrong word, and so getting accurate captions can be a real challenge. But what I love about Kapwing is that it is by far the most accurate caption generator that I have used out of all of them. And it is so easy to do. And it also helps you translate. Which I'm going to show you how that works. That's really cool. There's so many different things you can do with it, but I just want to encourage you, if you've never done any kind of video editing at all, I would encourage you just to try the free version and just try adding captions to a video. I'm going to show you how that works. And the cool thing about Kapwing is that it works completely in your browser. You don't have to install anything. I do use the paid version, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. I definitely think that it's worth it, but there's plenty that you can do to get started with just to try it out on the free version. So basically the way it works is you upload a video, or you can upload images. You can either upload the actual file, or you can import a file from a YouTube link, or some similar type, sometimes like a Vimeo link, or other types of online video links. There's a lot of different ways that you can just start adding things to it immediately. It's very easy to start customizing. It's very easy to start clipping it down. I'm going to show you a couple of those things that it can do really quick. Actually, before I get into the cost, I'm actually going to show you a little bit of what Kapwing does, because I think it is such a cool tool. All right, so let's go here. So I'm going to start by showing you how how easy it is to make captions on a video. So I have this video clip that we filmed at our conference in Rome this year, where Sydney was one of the people who gave a short description of her days to getting her diagnosis for her disease. And so this is a really short, only 34 seconds long. I picked it because I wanted to show you how I wanted something that would upload quickly. And it's almost done uploading. Okay, so it's here. Now, I want to add subtitles to this. Let me just actually play it, hear it.
My name is Sydney Stern and I'm with TGCT support. I had symptoms since I was 11. It started out with the inability to walk after physical education.
Okay, so you can hear it, but we want to add some subtitles to this. So I'm going to click here on the subtitles side and you click on auto subtitles. And it already has selected the video that I've uploaded. This is a video that she's speaking in English. So it automatically detects the language. I'm not asking it to translate, but I am going to show you how that part works in just a second. So it's just going to use the same original language. And then I'm going to do auto subtitles. It will generate by, I've used Capwing a bunch, so it has a couple of default of format settings. So I have one saved in here for SPAGN.
And I would limp all the time. Most doctors thought it was just growing pains. So I was not diagnosed until the age of 17. I had a 6-year delay in diagnosis. And then I saw 6 subsequent doctors and I was diagnosed 10 years ago.
So, okay, you see that there's an extra word here on the end that we don't really need because she didn't actually say that. Very easy to remove that. And then I don't need that anymore. It goes away. So you saw how quick that was. I just literally, I mean, it's a short clip, but I literally just clicked caption and within a few seconds it produced these captions and you can see
symptoms since I was 11.
Other than removing the one word that we didn't really need at the end, these captions are completely accurate. The spelling is correct on everything. And it was super fast, just like that. Now, what if I was going to share this same video to another group where I wanted to be able to translate just the captions. So I'm going to leave, obviously, I'm not going to translate the audio, but I just want to translate the caption to something else. Let's say that we want to put it into German. So I can come here. So now I'm going to ask it to generate subtitles again. And you see that it got rid of the subtitles that I had because it's in the process of translating. So this will take just a second because it's got to do a little bit more work. I did this on some of our webinar videos that we've done where we had the Latin America team. See, and there it's already done. So now.
My name is Sydney Stern and I'm with TGCT support. I had symptoms since I was 11. It started out with the inability to walk after physical education and I would limp all the time. Most doctors thought it was just growing pains. So I was not diagnosed until the age of 17. I had a 6-year delay in diagnosis. And then I saw 6 subsequent doctors.
There you go. I won't have to play the whole thing. There's a lot of different ways to customize this. Let's say if I want to make it bigger, I can change it over here. I can also, if I want to, well, actually, I'm not gonna overcomplicate that. But there's very easy ways. Let's say if you don't like this feature where it's highlighting the word as it goes, that's the thing that I have turned on by default. You can turn that off to show you.
I was diagnosed 10 years ago.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how easy it is. So if you just want to start with and that's how I began with Capwing. You just start with making captions. There is so much cool stuff that you can do with it. And it's a really, really great tool. But I want to actually show you something else. So they have this tool. I found this podcast video. This is 39 minutes long. Don't worry, I'm not going to play it. But I found this podcast episode from another organization where they're talking about sarcomas. They're talking to parents and young people that had sarcomas. And I want to turn this, let's say I want to turn this into a couple of short clips that are, 60 seconds long that I can post on Instagram. So I've already uploaded it. It takes a little bit of time. So I did that ahead of time. You come here to transcript and you can say, open with Repurpose Studio. And let's say that I want to run 45 to 60-second clips. Okay. So I click generate clips. Now this part does take a little bit of time, but there's a few things that I can set. I'm going to let this run in the background while we're doing other things, because you see that it tells you it's going to take about 11 minutes, and we'll come back and check on it later. But I can decide here if I want to have this in a vertical format, because I'm going to post it on Reels or TikTok, or if I'm going to put it on YouTube, then I can change it to this layout. Or if I'm going to put it on an Instagram just as a regular post, I can do it this way. So you can pick the layout that you want. And you can also pick the style of the captions that you like. And you can go ahead and set all of those things up. And it's already got from 11 minutes down to 10. We're going to come back and check on this later. And I'm going to show you how cool of a feature that is, because it's a really neat thing that it does. So that is what Capwing does. Now, this is one that you can start with for free. That's how I started with it. I just wanted to find something to help me write great captions and do it quickly. And I did that, and I found that I was using it so often, and I found it so easy to use that I very quickly upgraded to the paid version. And I personally use it every single day. You may not, and you might find that the free version is all that you need, but it's definitely one that you can get in there and you can try it out and see how it works for you. And there's a whole lot more that you can do with Capwing that I'm not going to get into tonight because it's just too much to cover. All right, so we did that. All right, so that's Capwing. We're going to talk about CapCut too. CapCut is especially made for TikToks. CapCut is actually the app is actually made by the same company that makes TikToks. Now it produces videos in the same format that you can also use. Let's say if you're not on TikTok or you don't care to use it. It also will produce videos in the same format that you can use on Instagram or on YouTube Shorts, for example. There are definitely some advantages to CapCut. I would say that the free tools are, there's more to the free tools than there are on Capwing. So if you really want to start with making simple videos that are optimized for posting on mobile, that are easy for you to edit, and that you don't have to pay money for, then CapCut's probably a good place for you to start. Just know that when you do things like producing subtitles, that you're going to end up having to make more edits, or just accept that you're posting subtitles that aren't accurate. For me, that's a big deal. I like to have my subtitles be really accurate, so that's why I went with Capwing more often. I do still use CapCut, however. All right. So how it works is this one actually does require installing an app. So you can install the mobile app. There is also a desktop app. There's some things that you can do in the website version. It's not as easy to use. I don't find that part to be as intuitive. I think it really is designed to be used for mobile. And so I'm going to actually show you a little demo video here in just a second. But the cool thing, again, like I said about the cost, is that the free account actually, it's especially if you're on TikTok, you're going to want to use CapCut, and you can do almost everything you need to do with the free version. And if you decide that you want to try the pro version, it's not very expensive. It's only $7.50 a month. So there you go. So I'm going to show this little demo because it's better than what I could have demonstrated for you live.
For those of you looking to create videos fast, templates are a great way to do it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use them. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you CapCut using my phone. And it is an iPhone, but don't worry, Android lovers, the process is exactly the same. Let's go. When using a template in CapCut, all we're doing is filling in the blank.
Just want to point out that I made these captions for you in Capwing before I uploaded it to the presentation here. I used all the tools that I'm talking about tonight. I used almost all of them to make today's presentation. Anyway, I just wanted to share.
We're taking a template we like and creating our own version of that video template using our own videos or photos. So there are two ways you can find templates, either within the CapCut app, or you can import them from TikTok. So if you're scrolling on TikTok, you may see at the bottom of the screen the CapCut icon with a little name of the template by it, like mini vlog. That basically means that that video is using a CapCut template that you can use as well. All right, the first thing we need to do is just open up CapCut. And on the home screen at the bottom, you want to click the templates icon. And once you're in the templates dashboard, you'll be able to see that there's a lot of templates to choose from. For example, you can search for different categories or themes like Christmas or birthdays. We can find templates from creators you're following, or you can even find viral templates used for Reels or for TikTok. There's so much in here for you to choose from. And if you're a business, you're in luck because there's even business-related templates. So you can use templates specially made to advertise products or sales. So now I'm going to show you how easy they are to edit. So I've searched for a vlog template because they tend to use a lot of photos or videos. And just so you know, for copyright issues, I can't play any of the audio on these templates, but they do have audio, so don't worry. So I found a template that I like, and all I'm going to do is click Use Template. So now we're going to customize up this template. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see a series of blank tiles. This is basically CapCut prompting me that I need to add 11 photos or videos to complete this template. And here's my little content creation tip to save you loads of time. What I've done is add all my favorite photos and videos to a content creation album on my phone. So whenever I edit a template, all I do is select that album, and I know that all these photos and videos will be great. So let me show you how quick it is to customize up this template. So each blank tile shows how many seconds it will last. So when I add a video or photo to that blank tile, it will only last for that amount of seconds. So the first blank tile selected, so we're ready to go. All we have to do is select our photos and videos. So I'm going to show you how quick this is. And when you're done, you just press next and you've created your video. But don't worry, you can still customize it up. If you're using a video, CapCut may not select the exact moment of that video you want. So to change that, all you need to do is select that tile with that video, go to crop, and you can change the size of the video, and you can choose the part of the video you want to use. So this is me in a fire test at work. Great. I'm just going through selecting all the bits that I want. You can also change the volume of the clip, and you can also replace the clip if you don't want it. There's so much customization when using a template. There's a lot of freedom, and it just saves you so much time. Like, I'll replace that with this. Great. There we go. I've customized all the videos exactly how I want them. Now on this template, you can't add any more audio. Some templates let you do it, but not on this one. However, I can edit the text. So I want to keep the word mini vlog, but I want to change the text. All you need to do is press the pencil button, and I'm going to add the words "that British girl." You can move around. You can change the font. You have so many options. I'm just going to keep it like this to show you how simple and easy it is. And then we're going to press export. But just an FYI, when it comes to the audio, the template probably has the best audio to match the timing of those clips. So personally, I would just use the audio that comes with the template. So now we're just going to export our video, and it's always best to export on the highest quality. So this video, the highest is 1080. And now you can save to device with a CapCut watermark, which I wouldn't recommend because no social media platform likes it when you have a watermark on the video. They don't tend to do as well. So I'm going to save and share to TikTok without the CapCut watermark. So it means that when I press this button, a copy of the video gets downloaded to my phone without the watermark, and I instantly get taken to TikTok where I can post it. So normally when it goes to the TikTok app, I just press next and go to drafts, and I save that video to post it at another time when I have time. But if you don't want to post a TikTok, just close the app. But there we go. That's how easy and fast it is to create an awesome looking video using a template in CapCut. Pricing wise, there's a free and pro version of CapCut. But personally, I use everything on a free version. So try making a video using a template in CapCut and let us know how you found it in the comments below. And if you want to find out more about CapCut, we have some incredible advanced training and tutorials linked in the description.
So there you go. That
For those of you looking to create videos fast,
tutorial on that. So are you guys ready for a little practical exercise? We're going to do something fun together. Is everybody logged into your Canva account? So here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and go to your Canva account, and we are going to each take, I'm pulling up the browser. 1 second. Where did it go? Here it is. We are going to make a Christmas card. So I did a test one already. I'm going to end up picking a different design. You can pick anything that you want, but I want everyone to, log into Canva and get started with the design. You can pick any shape that you want. I'm going to use Instagram here as my way to get started. and I'm going to end up customizing, but I'm not going to screen share for this part because I want you guys to pick your own and to customize it your own way. We're not going to take a lot of time with this, so we're just going to take a few minutes. Anybody can do it. And then what you're going to do afterwards is I will show you how to export, and we're going to upload all of our images that we're making this folder. So first go to Canva. Okay, no problem. I see. I know some folks might have to drop off. I know it's like a crazy late time. We'll be sharing the recording later, so don't worry if there's anything you have to miss. So everybody goes to Canva to get started. Is everybody there? Anybody having trouble getting there? I can get you the link. All right. So if once you're logged in, actually, I'll go back to sharing my screen 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So once you're logged in, then like I said, you can you create a design. I've already done that, and it opened this up for me. To get started. Actually, I'm going to close back out of this. To get started, you just search for whatever it is that you want. You can search for Merry Christmas. You can search for Happy Holidays. You can search for Christmas card. But pick something that's a little bit like that, just something in that vein. And you can, a lot of the Christmas ones, I will tell you, a lot of them actually come with images instead of elements. And so you might be able to customize the words, but you can't, to change the images, you would actually have to pick a new picture. Like let's say that I like that font, but I don't like that picture. I can come here to, I can come here and I can search for Christmas scene. Let's say I like this better. So I like that font, but I wanted a different kind of picture behind it. So you don't have to use the template is just there to get you started, but you don't have to use exactly what's there. So everybody take like 3 or 4 minutes right now, be really creative, and keep it simple. And then I'm going to show you how to export your designs, and we're going to upload them to this folder that I am putting in the chat when you're ready. I see somebody's already got theirs. That's great. Can you upload it to that folder, Stephanie? Because we're going to go in the folder and we're going to share them all together. So I'm actually going to totally scrap this one and start over with a new design. Uh-oh. Is anybody running into problems? You want to ask any questions? I'm here.
How do you get it to upload?
Okay, so you want to upload it. You're ready to upload it to that folder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second. Let me pull back up the presentation and I will show you. So from your from your Canva window, when you're ready to export, you click on File and then Download. That's going to be on the upper left. And then when you click on Download, it's going to pop up this little message over here on the right side of your screen. You should see that. And it may, if you have anything that's animated, it may say that it wants to export it as an MP4. That's fine if you want to do it that way. You can also just change it to, change it to a PNG format so that it's showing you like a still version. Either of those is fine, but just whatever you want to select, and then you click download, and then the file should be on your computer, and you can upload it to that folder that I just gave. I'm going to, I didn't get very far in my design because I was clicking around on too many things. All right, this is not my best work, but I'm going to download it anyway. Download it, and then I'm coming to the folder where we're uploading it. Oh, I see some fun ones already. Just a couple of more minutes, and then we will go. In the meantime, I'm actually going to go back and check on our clips and how they're coming along. The clips are ready. How about that?
And everybody sees this lump like literally sticking through my pants, and everybody's
And where
asking
was it
me
located, Thomas?
my right hamstring,
And when you say a lump, like how big would you say it was at that time?
probably about the size of a baseball.
Okay, so that's pretty big. They said you should probably go get it checked out.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what did you do then?
So yeah, this is just, there's a lot more that I could show you about how these clips are done, but I just wanted to show you that that's such an easy way. If you're not a video editor and you just want to get some really interesting moments from a longer video that you have so that you have something to post on social media, this is a super easy way to do it that Capwing makes really easy for you. That you don't even if you don't customize anything, it's still going to be a really great product. So got something ready to upload? Okay, I've got a few more here. This is great. Okay, who's ready to show off their designs? We'll take a look at what we've got here. Have a crazy Christmas and a chaotic New Year. I love that. It's fun with a little animated wreath. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, that's really lovely. That's a nice design. Fun. So how many of you, this is your first time working in Canva? Anybody? Curious to know if anybody's experiencing it for the first time, because it's I want to know how you're feeling about getting in there and using it. All right. Let's see if there's a few more. Any more designs for us? Anybody else ready to upload? Not yet. You can always upload them later, and you can still check this out and see what other people have done. The whole purpose of this is not for it to be perfect. Mine certainly was not, but just to demonstrate that it's not such a hurdle to do it. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the presentation because we are now a few minutes after the top of the hour, and we are almost done. So I just want to kind of wrap things up. I know that this was super fast. We are going to share the recording for this. What I really want to emphasize for all of these tools is that these are really powerful ways to help you do things that you maybe have been intimidated to do before. Again, like I said, when I started with Capwing, I just wanted help making captions on videos. And now I'm able to do all kinds of really advanced editing. And it has these great tools like making clips that I love and that I use a lot. It's just, it has really, really changed what is possible to do in terms of making content. And, you know, not to take anything away from the skill set of people that are professionally trained in this capacity, because certainly they could do better than I can. But this is a great way for us, those of us on a budget, both on a time budget and a financial budget, to be able to produce really great looking things that we can share with our audience and help them engage. And most people will never know that you used AI to make clips for yourself out of a video. They're just going to be amazed that you did it, and they're going to be thankful that you shared something that was interesting. So try the free tutorials. There's lots and lots of free tutorials. All of these platforms have endless video tutorials and step-by-step guides that will go much more in depth than I was able to today. So you can try them out for free, test it out. Really excited that we talked about a couple of the other chatbot tools. I think it's always good to keep expanding in that way. I think these are tools that we can continue to use and grow with. So thank you, everybody. Just, you know, try them out, get creative, and then, you know, when you see which ones you use the most, you'll decide which ones are the best ones for you to invest in with an actual paid subscription. And the main thing I want you to remember is that you've got this. You can absolutely make all of these beautiful graphics, all of these interesting videos, and you don't actually have to have a creative graphics design degree to do it. So that's all. I wanted to share that with you. Thank you, everybody.